My name is Eric Botcher, and I'm Chief of Staff to the Speaker of the New York City Council, Corey Johnson. The City Council is a legislative branch of New York City government. And prior to working at the City Council for Speaker Johnson, I worked for Governor Andrew Cuomo, where I helped lead the effort for marriage equality in New York State. And in my life, even in the last 10 years, with respect to marriage equality and LGBT rights, I've seen tremendous change, tremendous progress. So as discouraging as the headlines are, and it's just tough to watch the news these days, we know that great things can happen, but it's up to you to help us make that happen, and it's up to you to lead. So today, I really look forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you so much.
Care for students, closing the disparities between students of color and students who are not defined as such. We also work on decriminalizing schools, and so that means promoting restorative justice instead of punitive measures, changing the discipline code. For example, right now, there's a code called B21, where a kindergartner could be recommended for suspension if need be. And sometimes we even see kids that young get arrested. So that's a big issue for me. We also work on desegregating schools, on reducing the number of SSAs in schools. That's not the most popular.
Can you translate for our non-New Yorkers what
SSAs are? School safety agents. I think around the country they're actually called something different, but here they're called SSAs. These are school safety agents. These are the folks that are in schools, trained by NYPD, organized by NYPD, paid by NYPD, but they're in schools and DOE doesn't really have any power over them, so that's a little bizarre for some of us. Yeah. Also, as I said, criminal justice is another issue. So as Rikers is closing, as you all probably know, we're going to have these borough-based jails in place of them, and so our office is very much involved in trying to make those new centers as humane as possible, in stark contrast to the way Rikers was designed, and so we hope to be quite influential in that conversation. All right, thanks.
Books. I have a book coming out in the fall called Makers, which is based on an online storytelling platform. Maybe people have seen it at makers.com. I also produced a series for Viceland called Woman. You can tell there's a theme throughout my work, which is that when asked sort of what I am, the best answer I give is that I'm a feminist. And I apply that in different platforms. And I run an experience called Feminist Camp, which is a week-long immersion in feminism that happens mostly in New York, but also around the country, and including a program I run in Zambia. And I'm also currently at work on another book, which is, it's an offshoot of a book about Anita Hill and her testimony that she gave in front of the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee in 1991. And I kind of wake up and every day I never know what it's going to be like, but I often have my email box flooded with people saying, can I meet with you and talk to you about projects? So today it's exciting for me to be here and do that in real time, not behind a screen, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Ariel, and I work in colleges. So I work with Project Pericles, and we're a consortium of 31 colleges. I might work with you soon.
Yeah.
We promote civic engagement in the curriculum and on the ground. And so I love my job because I work with college students who are doing a lot of work like you, trying to push issues forward in mass incarceration, climate change, reproductive rights, education access. And so every day I love going to work and hearing from students who are like, how can I do this? And we love being able to do that through the curriculum, through supplemental programs. We have student voter registration programs, and working with faculty and presidents so that when you go to colleges, civic engagement is a part of the curriculum. It's a part of whether you go into science, whether you go into math, whatever it may be, everyone can be civically engaged and socially responsible. And so we push that through our institutions. In my spare time, I also work in the League of Women Voters, organizing high school students because you can never start too young.
Woo!
We're working to really reimagine what high school civics education might look like, as well as middle school civics education, with the idea that all students need to graduate with a clear understanding of how to be efficacious, equitable, and self-protective civic actors. And this ranges from official activities, such as through the typical political system, as well as non-official civic action. So everybody is a civic actor, and we believe that schools and states and the country as a whole have an obligation to hold themselves accountable for providing that education. So I'm really excited to hear what all of you have been working on, and I'm so glad to see you.
Here I run with a nonprofit called Civic Spirit, and we work with faith communities in reimagining civic education and civic engagement, primarily middle schools and high schools. And we've seen that religion and faith can really stand either as a shield for preventing people from being engaged civically, or as a weapon that can often divide. And we work with our communities, our teachers, our educators, our faith leaders to utilize their faith more as a tool, as an inspiration for recognizing their responsibility in civic life. Much like Martin Luther King Jr., Abraham Lincoln, Ruth Messenger, and my colleague that I'm working with, Kujeji Kamara at the Muslim Community Network. I'm very honored to be here. One thing I just wanted to say about religion and why we work with faith communities, all religions recognize that we are members of this vast community called humanity, that we are at a moment in time with a rich history behind us, but really the potential of a wondrous future ahead. And that's exactly how we think about American civics. I am honored to be here and appreciate the invite from Sonda and Terry and all these educators, but mostly I'm really, really excited to hear your voices. You are the future of this country, and I'm honored and excited to hear your hopes and dreams for democracy.
I am an ambassador at a place called Civic Hall. It's in Manhattan, and it is a collaborative workspace organized around the idea that technology can amplify democracy. I work with a number of startups, cross spaces. We have two organizations trying to find solutions and working with the homeless community. The New York Veterans Alliance started out of Civic Hall. A lot of the members that I work with are not much older than you. Many of them have, since they've been in college, Humans.nyc, also working with the homeless population, started by the founder when he was a freshman at NYU. So I help mentor, connect, support those people, such as yourselves, and amazing.
Good morning. 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 It's okay, I haven't had my coffee yet either. My name's Rod Staken. Anybody here from New Jersey? All right. That's probably a representative sample size of the country. That's okay. Just actually as of last week, I started working for Governor Murphy's office in the state of New Jersey. We're building an Office of Innovation. What does innovation mean? It can mean a lot of different things. In government, oftentimes it means things that are not that shiny or interesting, like procurement reform, hiring practices, but it also means digital tools. Who has ever tried to go to a DMV website for any state that you live in? Was it fun? Exactly. So our theory of change in advancing the governor's policy agenda is that there are ways that digital tools can actually help people in all walks of life live better. So our first two focus areas are on unemployment and underemployment. So is there a way that we can use the unique position that the state has in terms of pulling all of its data sets together to help people understand, if I don't have a job today, what training should I get to get me into a job that might be paying better than the job that I was just in? And what resources are there, and what meetups are there, and what networks are there, and what affinity groups are there in my community that I can join? And the second focus area is in starting small businesses. If you want to start a pizza shop in Astoria, there's probably 37 forms that you have to fill out and submit them to 15 different agencies, right? Are you employing people? Do you need a liquor license? Do you have a gas license? All these different things. So our thought is if we could make that streamlined for people, and this is based on agile best practices, human-centered design, pick your buzzword, right? Trying to figure out what people's real needs are. can we put together a streamlined tool that says, look, these are the 10 different sorts of business types that people are really trying to open in the state, and here are their stumbling blocks. Can we sort of fast track it? Can we make, in other words, sort of a TurboTax for starting a small business to sort of help small businesses grow and spur entrepreneurship in the state? So that's what I'm doing. I'm really excited that you're all here. As was said, you are the future of this country. You're also the present of this country. It's already yours. So by being here, you are doing the right thing. I'm so glad you're showing up, and I'm excited for today. Thanks.
My name is Tony Hoffman, and I've been with Middle College High School and Middle College National Consortium with C.C. Cunningham for 40 years. Probably longer than most of your parents have been on this show, much less you. I was first a teacher, then assistant principal at Middle College, and now I work for the Middle College National Consortium, basically a conference planner. And I help Terry put on this conference, and we have a summer and a leadership conference for your teachers and administrators in your school. That's what I do professionally. I'm also involved in politics. I guess I'm a political organizer, and basically...
You don't guess, you are a political organizer, loud and proud.
And basically, we need you, because we, the older folks, have failed. If you see on the national level especially, what's happening is a disaster. And we need you, the young people of America, to show us the way. You are the future. You are what's going to keep this country going forward. And I'm so glad to see you here. I want you all to network. I want you all to know each other, because you, the leaders of your schools, are also the future of your country. And one day, we're all going to be voting for you. And you've got to move us forward. So thank you for coming. Thank you for all that you're doing. And I look forward to working with you. Bye.